We're talking the ace. Ace of each company. Obviously, we can't name every company, but the top guy isn't always the ace. It's a Japanese term. We're roughly doing it. It's the top guy and the best wrestler. Like Hulk Hogan, Roman Reigns are top guys. Stone Cold Steve Austin, Rock are top guys. Kurt Angle in his prime was an ace. You had Okada, Ibushi, Tanahashi, Muda. You guys got look at this. Look at this, boys. A little Hashimoto, Chono, Muda, Masawa. There you go. Those are your aces. Ibushi. So now, what is the ace of every company that you watch? It's not just the top guy. It's also the best wrestler in that company, if not the world's. So, let's start. WWE. Who do you have?
I was gonna say we start off with the gimme of DDT being Takeshita.
Yeah, of course.
Konosuke Takeshita.
He's the ace.
Very, very much DDT's ace.
And yeah, so all right, we'll start with DDT. I think we're in agreement there. I think everyone's in agreement. All right. Do you want to start? Let's start with WWE. Let's just start with WWE.
WWE.
Who do you think the ace is?
I would say it's Seth Rollins.
See,
he is of their incredibly high talent wrestlers in ring. He is the one that is booked the most prominently, the most consistently.
Yeah, booking helps. His sports entertainment aspect helps, especially in WWE.
And fans love him. They sing that stupid fucking song constantly. Yeah. I don't either.
It's confusing. I'd put up AJ Styles, but I feel like he gets lost in booking.
Yeah, I don't feel like they would consider AJ their ace.
No. And Roman Reigns is obviously the top guy. So there you go. All right. AEW ace. This is all going to be interesting.
That one's tougher.
In my eyes, it will always be Kenny. But he's not exactly booked the best, and he's got one of those elite problems like, oh no, I'm part of the EVBs. Shut the fuck up, just put the best guys on top.
Yeah, Kenny's lost like 7 pay-per-views in a row or something like that.
Yeah. So Kenny's helping people
It's
over.
hard to call him the ace, but it's at the same time, it's undeniable. Like, I want to call him the ace, but I feel like right now the ace is probably Moxley.
Yeah, he's top guy, getting a lot of matches, doing a lot of great matches.
Super protected.
MJF is a top guy. But yeah, I don't know. I lean towards Kenny, but I think Kenny, as being part of the booking crew, is fucking himself over. So it could be Moxley. Pro Wrestling Noah, it was Nakajima, but he's gone. Keno is definitely the heart and soul of the company. I don't know who the ace is. I mean, some people might argue Jake Lee. I think it's Kiyomiya, but they just fuck Kiyomiya all the time.
It was definitely Nakajima before that.
Oh, yeah, Nakajima definitely, but he's just gone. Ninja Back! No. Yeah, it's definitely that. I mean, he's still considered a participating member. He's a free agent. There you go. But yeah, I'm gonna...
Is Okada still New Japan's ace?
No.
He considers himself it, I bet.
Oh, 100%. He's definitely a top guy. He thinks he's an ace. But
so
it's
who
definitely...
is the New Japan ace?
If you're going off the definition of ace, in my opinion, granted, this is all opinion stuff, it's easily Will Ospreay. It's not even close.
Yeah.
What do you got, Sonata?
Right, yeah.
Oh, no, I'm going to fight evil.
Well, they've still got him.
Yeah, it's Will Ospreay. If Will Ospreay leaves, oh, fuck.
Yeah, if Will Ospreay leaves, then it's...
Fuck.
It's a tough day.
Is it Okada? Tanahashi? Fuck.
I think it's Okada over Tanahashi for sure.
I mean, Alpha Tasma has a chance to be an ace. He just has to stop being stupid.
Can we be honest, though, about who the real ace is?
Who's that?
Toru Yano.
I hate you.
You know it's true.
Shingo had a chance, but they threw that out the window. Yeah. All right, it's definitely Will Ospreay, but when Will Ospreay leaves, we got problems.
And in Sukuban, I would say Stray Cat.
I want to see more of.
Actually,
I want
no,
to see more.
Konami.
Yeah, Konami is the star power. One episode in's a little unfair.
One
We'll give it-
episode in, we'll say Konami's the ace.
All right, that sounds good. That sounds good. Impact, I think it's got to be Josh Alexander. Josh Alexander is the
Yeah.
ace. ABC, if you
Say it
count
might be
tag team.
Speedball.
Moose could be an ace in the future. You'd say
God,
Speedball?
I feel like
Yeah,
that's
but
something you
Speedball.
could have said about Moose like 10 years ago.
Yeah. He's a good dude. He's signed a long-term contract. So for each company you watch, who do you think the ace is? It's someone that can go in the ring amazingly and is a top guy. Not just a top guy, not a Hulk Hogan, more like a Ricky Steamboat. Not, in ring and star power. So
WWE typically, it's hard for me to really think of aces
I used to.
throughout the
Well,
generations for WWE.
I think the aces of WWE and WWF was always the Intercontinental Champion. They always put
That's
the
fair.
real wrestler with the Intercontinental Champion. It feels
That's
like
fair.
That was
No, yeah, Shawn Michaels was definitely their ace for a good while. It's undeniable. I would say HBK was the ace.
Yeah. And at one time you had Kurt Angle. He was an ace
Yeah.
for two different companies. So it's just something fun to argue about. So in the chat or in the comments or wherever you leave, or on the Twitter machine, the X machine, in a fucking letter in a bottle, tell me who do you think is ace of each company. There you
Who
go.
would you have said was the ace of WCW?
Ace of WCW, Ric Flair.
Ric Flair?
I think so. He's always top.
I mean, we said good in ring, though.
Oh, that's a
Not
big
does
debate.
the same match over and
Yeah,
over.
that's the Bret Hart situation. Oh, Bret Hart was definitely the ace. Bret Hart was an
Ooh.
ace at one time.
But was Brett there long enough for him to have been?
No,
the
I'm
ace
talking
of
about WWE. In WWE.
Oh,
he was
yeah,
the ace.
yeah. That's a good point. I feel like it might have been Rey Mysterio.
Maybe.
Crazy.
Because the thing is, it's
skills
the
and
debate
was
of.
booked really highly.
Because Ric Flair had great matches. It's just when he was exposed as he's having the same
but
match
it was
over
like
and
Hulk
over.
Hogan. Hulk Hogan was never an ace. He had great matches, but he was never an ace.
I think Ric Flair was way closer to being an ace than Hulk Hogan.
Yeah, but Ric Flair had the same match over and over, which is no fault of Flair. He grew up in the territory days. That worked great then.
Mhm.
It wasn't until TV started making it super obvious and you could tell it was the same match
Yeah.
over and over.
I don't know.
And even
A
then, it
young
took,
Barry
like, 30
Windham?
years.
A young Barry Windham?
All
Maybe.
right.
I don't know.
Yeah.
WCW ace, that's the question. Because, I mean, I popped my head, Ric Flair. I don't know, but you have later WCW.
Hey,
Good?
DDP.
No.
Wow.
DDP was never the ace.
He was the greatest underdog story of all time.
He definitely that. But definitely not the ace. I don't know.
The Giant.
He could have been. He was super talented, man, at the time.
I don't know though. It's tough.
Yeah, WCW ace is
Because
tough.
like they had the amazing
I'll-
work rate cruiser division, but none of them were really top of the card typically.
Best of WCW
Ooh.
wrestlers. I'm Googling it.
Eddie?
Oh,
No,
but
didn't
Eddie,
get
yeah,
big
but they
until
really pushed him.
WWE.
Oh, dude, I
Like he was great, but he wasn't like I don't know. It didn't feel like he exploded until WWE.
All right, we're going best of WCW wrestlers. Google. Ric Flair, Scott Steiner. There was a time it could have been. Oh, Booker T maybe. Bill
Ooh,
Goldberg
yeah,
was
Booker
a top
T's a good
guy.
contestant.
Like
But I
Steiner,
would never would have
Vader.
called Goldberg an ace. in
Eddie
my life.
Guerrero, Chris Jericho, Ricky Steamboat. Ricky Steamboat might have been. Rick Rude. So yeah, it's a tough call. I'm just going through this real quick. Muda,
Yeah, I'm just
but
thinking
Muda's
in my
not-
head of different wrestlers and of who it could have been.
Yeah. I mean, Chris Benoit, but I don't think we're allowed to say his name anymore or fucking people cry.
Was he ever booked that prominently for WCW?
He was, and then he jumped ship right away. There was like a month or two that he was on top of the world, and then he's like, I'm going to WWE. I don't feel safe or something. I don't know, maybe Booker T.
Tough.
Booker T was on top for a
Booker
while.
T. Booker T is a good candidate, I think. Yeah.
Ricky Steamboat. Ricky Steamboat has I put up there
I
too.
also thought Scott Steiner was a good candidate.
Yeah, but
too.
the thing is, like, there was that period of time that Scott
Man,
Steiner
Scott
was
could
the
go in
best
the ring.
wrestler, one of the best wrestlers ever, and then he just exploded in size and became hilarious.
Yeah, it's the weirdest shit, isn't it, man?
Yeah, like 1 second you're like, holy shit, that's one of the best wrestlers I've ever seen. Oh my god, that guy's gonna fucking crush my soul by looking at it.
It's the weirdest shit. It was Big Papa Pump, wasn't it? Wasn't that what it started with? Where he was just
Well, no, he
freakishly
started off
huge?
as the Steiners. He started off as the Steiners.
Well, yeah. I mean, when he first was freakishly huge, wasn't that when he was Big Papa Pump?
Yep. And then he
Terrifyingly
couldn't
huge.
do his. Yeah, he's a really big dude. I gotta ask him what
So
vitamins
yeah,
he took.
in the comments, who would you guys say was WCW's ace?
ECW's ace, Rob Van Dam.
Ooh,
in
yeah,
Prime?
yeah. I
Yeah.
would say RVD's definitely.
Yeah, he's definitely the ace of ECW. That's an easy one.
Ooh, poor Sabu.
Yeah, but Sabu is a great wrestler, but I think RVD was the ace of the time. I mean, you had
I think
Jericho,
so,
and plus RVD kind of stayed.
This is the worst thing though. How many times has Jericho come up? Jericho really was the fucking bridesmaid, the runner up to the ace. So many
Jericho
fucking
was
times in his
always a
career.
top 3 or top 4 in every
Oh,
company he went to.
It's crazy. It's crazy. He's never been the top guy, but he's always been top guy adjacent.
Yeah, he's an amazing dude. I guess that will be the second question for fucking audience. Chris Jericho, ever in his moment of life? Because was he an ace? Because CM Punk was an ace twice in his life. ROH and WWE run. Yeah, I think he was the ace of ROH for a little bit. Yeah, and I think
Okay, that's fair.
And I think his run, but the thing is, he was booked pretty poorly in WWE. Like they
That's why I'm
recreated the
hesitant
Summer
to
of
say he was
Punk.
the ace of WWE.
Yeah, maybe not WWE, but ROH, I think so. The Summer of Punk, he was definitely the ace of that company.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there you go. This is an interesting thing. Be civil in the comments.
Maybe next week we'll do it for women wrestlers.
What's that? Oh, women
Maybe
wrestlers.
next
Yeah,
week we'll do it for the women wrestlers and the women promotions.
that's not bad. All right, remind me.